Hello. Welcome to another Luminous Wednesday for our meditation. Looks like it's not right.
Looks good to you.
Yeah? Okay. I'd like to welcome you for our Wednesday meditation. We're in the dead smack in the middle of the week. Weekend's on the horizon. We've been looking at our mindfulness. There's a lot there. I'm out. Give me one sec. How's that?
I won't know yet.
All right. Sorry, just making sure that this works.
But Doris Feinstone is watching.
Let me see. Hi, Doris. Let me see. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't really see what it looks like. How's that? That's going to be perfect, I feel.
Amazing. It's so good.
All right. Hi, Doris. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Valerie. There's my regular. Hi, Shayna.
You might be there.
Right. Shayna and Gilad. Helene. Oh, Helene. Oh, Helene. All right. So today we're going to look at. Yesterday we looked at that moment where Jacob tricks Esau out of his birthright, and then if we go forward a little bit, we have one of the greatest scenes in the entire Torah. I say that pretty much every week, but it's the scene where Jacob goes to Isaac, and he dresses up like Esau, puts skin, fur on his arms and everything so that he could be just like him. And he goes into his father's tent, and his father says, "Who is this?" And he says, "Oh, it's your son Esau." He says, "How'd you get done so fast? How were you able to?" He had sent Esau out to find game and bring back to him and cook it up the way he likes it. And Rebecca said, "I'll go do it. You go instead, and you take his place." So he goes in and he's like, "How was it, that you were able to prepare this so fast?" And Jacob's like, disguising his voice, he's like, "Well, God was with me today." And Isaac's like, "Wow, you don't sound like you. Why don't you come a little closer so I can feel you?" And he feels his arms. He says, "Well, it's funny. The voices, the hands are the hands of Esau, but the voice is the voice of Jacob." And he continues to say, "Come closer so I can smell you. Come and let me kiss you." And he keeps on calling Jacob to him to prove to Isaac that it actually is Esau instead of Jacob. And the big question I've always asked is, really? You can't tell the difference between your two sons? They're totally different kinds of people. And since he asked him, I think it's 6 times, he calls attention to the fact that it doesn't seem like it's really him. Now, Isaac's blind, so he can't see him, but it calls to question whether Isaac knew and did it anyway, right? He knew that it wasn't his older son, but what was he going to do? Was he going to call Jacob out as a liar? That would have been a great scene, right? But he doesn't do that. He actually blesses him. He eats the food that Jacob brings him, and he blesses him. And I've just found that to be an incredible scene because he knew. I mean, I know if one of they were twins, right? But they were fraternal twins. They didn't look alike. At least it says that really in the Torah, that they were so different. Describes Esau as being hairy and red, and Jacob being more smooth-skinned. But I guess, all that I've really been talking about this week is the importance of noticing and kind of going outside of yourself a little bit to notice the feelings that you have, or the frustrations, or the moments that are happening in your life, to see how you're actually meeting those moments. And I guess the question for today would be, do you ever have a situation where you know the answer and yet you blind yourself to it? Are there times where we want something to be a certain way so badly that we close our eyes to the truth of the moment? Or, it could be just in our everyday lives, what do we blind ourselves towards? What parts of our life do we just kind of say, I'm not going to see that clearly on purpose. I'm not going to see that clearly. I'm going to delude myself. I don't want to get into politics, but it's there too. It's that thing of when you know what the truth is in front of you, like I believe Isaac knew the truth in front of him, that it wasn't Esau, that he didn't catch that food so quickly, that he sounds like Jacob because it is Jacob, and yet he still chose to ignore it. It calls into question those times when we know what's true and we still decide that we're going to go in another direction. And I hope you hear in my voice that I'm not judging it, because what is there for me to judge on this? Every person, you, me, everybody, we have those choices that we make. And it may prove to be a negative choice based on what happens to us. But there are times where we choose not to see. There are times where we do know the truth and decide, you know what, I'm gonna hold out hope, maybe, is the way to think about it. And whether we see the truth in front of us and react to that and act to that, or we choose not to see the truth and act in a different way, that's for us. And, it could be that it happens every single day of your life. It could be that it happens once every 10 years. It could be that you've discovered, wow, this thing I did 5 or 6 years ago really wasn't. There's all kinds of ways that we can look at what we've done, what the truth is in front of us, the decisions that we've made based upon those truths, and whether we allowed ourselves to be blind to what's actually happening in our lives. So ironically, our mindfulness meditation, as we close our eyes and we concentrate on our breath, and our thoughts take us away from it. I feel like there's two things that kind of happen to me when my mind takes me away. One is it reiterates the ideas that I feel are true, whether they are or not, my truth. If it's a situation I'm dealing with, it feels like I replay in my mind's eye, my point of view on it, so that I'm not adding anything new to my thinking about a particular subject. I'm just reiterating what my stance is, which I think my mind does that so that I feel better about the position I'm taking in a specific situation. And then there's other times where I notice in a different way. I notice what those feelings are, and then begin to maybe kind of explore why I might be feeling those things. And that can be illuminating. The other one is kind of like the way I've been thinking about Facebook. Anything that's in there politically is words that speak to me that I agree with. It's just kind of reiterating the points that I want to hear, because it comes from my friends on Facebook, and typically the people that I'm friends with on Facebook are of my same kind of general ilk, a little bit center to left, as opposed to center to right or far right. And so I don't get in Facebook those kinds of things. That's what it is when we start to think about something and we reiterate for ourselves what we believe is the right way to live at that particular moment. But then there's that other side, and that is to notice, and without judgment, kind of taking a look at it and saying, does this benefit me? Does it not benefit me? Am I hiding the truth? Or am I like Isaac and blind to it, even though I know what's right in front of me? So with that in mind, as we go to our breathing and our mind takes us away, see how non-judgmental you can stay on it, and also see if the things that you're saying to yourself are things that you want to hear, and maybe that's why you're saying them. So let's get into our position for meditation, whether you're lying down or whether you're sitting up. That's like the Ve'ahavta. So, here we go. And then later may I feel luminous and may I feel loved. Wednesdays are my favorite. So remember, we're not pushing our breath, we're just breathing regular. We're noticing how the air comes in and out of our bodies. Notice how our bodies feel, how our mind feels, how our eyes feel, how everything feels. Check in with your emotions. What's going on? All while concentrating on our breath and staying in the now. And just allowing things to be as they are for now. Just want to remind us all that our mind will take us away. Just notice what you're thinking about. Are you opening your eyes or closing your eyes on it? Figuratively, of course. In our last 5 minutes or so, I invite us to welcome certain feelings for today to help us to remain in a calm, beautiful state. The two things we ask for today belong to the second of the 3 priestly benedictions. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous, light, shining, enlightened, filled with light and energy that shines for love. May I feel loved, loved by others, and may I feel love, to feel love for another, love deep in your heart. May I feel luminous, may I feel love, may I feel luminous and loved. And on each breath, offer one or both of these. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. Let's just stay with those two for some breaths. May I feel luminous. May I feel love. And if you'd like to invite someone to stay with you in your mind and in your mind's eye, you can ask for it for them. May you feel luminous. May you feel loved. And we carry those feelings to someone else. May you feel luminous and loved. May you feel luminous. May you feel loved. And then we bring it back to ourselves. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. We stay for some breaths there. May I feel luminous. May I feel luminous. May I feel luminous and loved. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous. And then we invite you to just come back to your breath and that now, the present moment. Come back to the sounds in the room and the feelings in your body. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you were able to find stillness and peace. May you feel luminous, and may you feel loved. Have a beautiful night. See you tomorrow.